let's get serious. Be honest. Do you ever hate your partner's guts? if you do, you're doing it right, at least according to Jamie Lee Curtis. So the Hollywood star told Entertainment Tonight that a really good dose of hatred is the secret to her 33-year-long marriage to director Christopher Guest. So does a healthy relationship require a dose of hate? Yeah. Ooh. What do you think?
I am with you. Thank you.
Yeah.
You feel
Because
seen.
from the time my children were born until they turned 3, I hated my husband.
Oh,
Yeah, and you know, honestly,
3 years.
and he hated me. And you know, it's such a hard time after you have kids, and it's just, you're just in the thick of it, and you're just so upset at each other. And, you know, I would tell him all the time, I'm like, I love you, but I don't like you. You know, I just don't like you.
Yeah.
And
Well, it would crush me.
And would you're sensitive. My husband's like, meh, you too. But, you know, I had a moment this morning when he couldn't find my daughter's EpiPen, where I was just like bordering on hate a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know, here's the thing. I think love and hate are two sides of the same coin. I think the problem is apathy. If you don't feel anything towards your partner, then you're in trouble.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Teddy, what about you?
Well, I really liked Jamie Lee Curtis's quotes here. She says, if you stay on the bus, the scenery will change. So advocating for the notion of staying in a relationship, right? Yeah. You'll get past the dark times. I think that's great. I also think, though, the flip side of this is sometimes, you know, with somebody you love and you're sharing a life with, sometimes we can feel a little too comfortable. And maybe in those moments of anger or frustration that we all have, maybe we can be sometimes a little less kind to our partner than we would be to a friend or even a stranger. Yeah. So I think we got to watch that a little bit. But I think overall, emotional honesty is important. In my relationship, my partner is absolutely wonderful, and she has a quality which I admire in her and in some friends that I have, which is she can move on quickly. If we have a little argument or a little tiff, she can move on. I cannot do that.
I feel like I'm like that.
Do you hold a little bit?
Move on?
I feel more like Teddy.
I'm what the technical term is, a sensitive little baby flower man.
Yeah.
That's what I am.
Just open up page 343.
I'm a fragile flower. So that's been a big part of just because as I move through life is becoming a little bit more emotionally resilient, realizing it's not always about me, and just allowing somebody to be a person, right?
Yeah.
And as people, we get frustrated and angry sometimes.
And maybe, I love that take, but I think it's also, isn't it a sign maybe of your partner's comfort and safety with you? I think, you know, there's a saying out there, like you only, you know, you kind of only hurt the ones you love, because there's a safety that maybe I wouldn't unload on you, Jess, as a coworker, but if I'm frustrated, maybe I'll unload at home, because it's a safe place to be, and they're not gonna pick up and walk out. But meanwhile, Jess might be like, I'm never gonna be friends with you again. So it's a safe place. I hope that never happens, by the way. Yes. And we've never had a fight yet, so that I know of.
No.
So, okay. But I will say this, I've said it on the show many times before, that Ryan and I don't fight. We just have never fought. We just celebrated our 16th wedding anniversary last Friday.
Congratulations.
And we don't fight. And I will say this, that might be normal for some people, that might not be normal, but I will say when I heard Jamie Lee Curtis say, you need hatred, it kind of made me sad.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need hatred to be successful? And so that's when I realized every relationship is different. And if you need to be a full human and should be a full human in safety of your partner, then you know what, then you do you.
May I just say, I was at your wedding.
Yes.
And you were so goo-goo gaga in love, and you're still goo-goo gaga in love, and you're like the 0.1% Indian movie couple that I know. You're like so goo-goo gaga, and it's beautiful. It's wonderful.
I want to digress for a quick second. We were working together in a newsroom at the time when I met Ryan, so I knew Farrah before I met Ryan, and I knew her while I met and was dating Ryan, and everybody, including Farrah, was like, you're marrying this one.
That's it.
Done.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.